entering the Vortex.
Heidi-ho, time travelerinos. This is Matt from Voices from the Vortex. Woo!
And this is Taylor from Voices from the Vortex. Woo.
He's a little further away from me, so like the sound projects a little better.
Well, you said it in a fun way. I had to say it a fun way.
Hey guys, welcome to the lead up to March 30th. Dear Lord, we're so close to new Doctor Who.
Oh God, we're so close. So close, but yet so far. Oh,
I know.
It's coming though.
I can taste it.
Yes,
I can smell it.
Me too.
It smells like cookies.
Time cookies.
Time cookies.
Shaped like clocks, or I don't know. Anyway, so so basically, we're going to talk about. There's been a lot of stuff happening in the last week and the last couple of days. A lot of stuff that's been put out. We're going to talk about it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have they put out a few trailers, and they've put out.
Oh, did they ever?
Did they ever? And they also put out a clip from the first episode, which is cool. And we'll talk about that.
Which I just found out about. I just watched. That's so cool. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, and then we'll also talk about. They put out some posters for the new episodes, and we're going to talk about just the first one today, and then and then we'll talk about the other ones when we get there. But and just some other random stuff that we've heard. So let's get started.
Yeah. Well, trailers.
Yes, there's two of them. One of them came from as BBC One.
BBC.
Direct trailer, and then
right.
One was like an Entertainment Weekly. They got a first look kind of trailer, and they're kind of very similar.
Wasn't it?
But
wasn't it for BBC America though?
Oh, I don't know.
The Entertainment Weekly one?
Oh, probably. Yeah.
I thought I saw a little BBC America at the bottom.
Oh, you're probably right. But anyway, they're kind of different, but they're kind of the same. Like there's the same sort of theme through the whole thing, but
they show different things.
There's some new footage in others, and some that isn't in the other one. So it's pretty fun.
Right. Well, the one for BBC is very, who is Clara? Why is she here? How is she possible? And then the other one sort of, hey, there's Clara. Let's go traveling through space and time. Whee!
Yeah.
So it's
well,
that's
how they do it over here in America. It's like adventure. It's just like
frack this mystery thing. Let's just go with adventure.
Woohoo! Fun show.
You want to know who she is? You'll find out.
Yeah.
Find her Facebook. You're fine. Let's go.
Yeah, but it's fun. They both end with I am the Doctor, and I am afraid.
And I am afraid.
Which is like it's kind of
dun.
Like that moment right there reminds me a lot of.
That's all I had was dun dun dun.
That's good. That moment right there reminds me a lot of some of the old David Tennant, like some of the last David Tennant stuff, where it's like he was like fun and everything, but then when you got to like near the end, he kind of like had gone crazy, and it was like a different side of him. And like this is like
at midnight and
Waters of Mars, stuff like that. Like real intense stuff, and this seems like one of those like kind of real intense. It's going to be one of those real intense Matt Smith moments.
Good.
Yeah, which I love.
Good. He's one of the first things that was ever said about Matt Smith was you're not just going to love the moments where he's loud, you're going to love the moments where he's quiet, because it's when he's quiet that you hear the real voice of the Doctor.
Oh yeah,
and I love that idea. I mean, there's so much going on, and then he gets these real deep moments where he goes, I'm the Doctor, and I'm afraid, and you're just oh God, don't be afraid. Come here, I'll give you a hug.
Yeah,
hugs.
Do you want some time cookies?
you want some time cookies? They're shaped like canine.
Well, okay.
Master?
Well, let's see. What else is in these trailers? There's a lot of. They show a lot of the monsters that are going to be the rest of this season.
Yeah, they do. This season's going to be scary.
Oh yeah, there's going to be like they have the ice. We know the Ice Warriors are coming back, and they look. We've seen some pictures of them too. They kind of have a new look. They look the same, but they're not as green, and they're not. They don't have those Lego hands that they used to have.
Right, they still look like a guy in a big rubber suit, though.
Yeah, but more like a
something I love about this show.
Yeah, is they're still creepy looking. It's like they're creepy and cheesy at the same time. And it's how do they do that?
Like a monster in Doctor Who, just make a better suit.
Yeah,
that's all it takes. Just put a guy in a rubber suit. Don't see the zipper. You're good.
If you think about it, like Daleks are like the cheesiest looking thing ever, but they're still really creepy and pretty scary when they come back. You're like, oh, geez.
Oh, they're not. They're not that. I mean, the old Daleks, yeah. The new Daleks aren't. They don't look cheaply made, though. I mean, they look like They look like a little battle tank with a plunger.
Yeah, which is still pretty goofy, but it's still scary. And like the Cybermen, they're cheesy,
right?
But they're they're still like It's so weird that they can do cheesy and scary at the same time. It's like, how do you do that?
Right. But there's not a guy wearing like a sock mask and a radar dish that's painted silver on his chest. The Cybermen look like Cybermen. They don't look like
they're wrapped in tinfoil.
Science fiction convention.
Yeah.
Oh, what now?
I said like they're wrapped in tinfoil.
Patrick Troughton, what did you ever face? A guy wrapped in tinfoil and a guy called the Mind Robber.
How did you defeat them? I stuck them in the microwave.
Wah, wah, wah. No wonder John Pertwee hated Troughton.
So anyway, they have, let's see, one thing I thought was funny was you see this clip of the Doctor and he's got this orange spacesuit on, and it looks like exactly the same as the one Tennant wore in
continuity.
Yeah, in Waters of Mars, and in what's the other one?
The
Beast Below. Or no, not the Beast Below, but
Satan Pit.
The Satan Pit. That's it. That's Beast Below, Satan Pit. Same. Wait a minute.
No, dude. One has the devil. One has a gigantic fish.
Okay,
there's a difference.
Got it. Anything else you noticed from these that were kind of a point of interest?
Everything just looks really good.
It does.
Quality just looks that they're really keeping to that theme that every episode will be like a little mini movie.
Yeah, that was the other thing I had was like, are there going to be any two-parters this season? It seems like there aren't going to be.
Nope, not a one.
Did you hear that somewhere, or are you just?
Oh, I mean, I'm just the synopsis I've read of the episodes online.
Yeah,
everything seems to be one episode.
Yeah. Well, I try not to spoil myself too much. I try to only look at stuff that they put out like right before or whatever. That's official, But
the biggest difference, I'm in England knocking on Stephen Moffat's door. Please tell me. I haven't written it yet, man.
You're just asking him yes or no question. Just yes or no. Just shake your head.
Yes or no.
You don't have to say anything. Just one tap for yes, two taps for no. Just.
I put him in that chair from Star Trek. He's like, beep, 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 beep. Good. Excellent. The truth will come out.
But yeah, there's this whole thing. The other thing, we were talking about with Clara. Is this whole there's a line he says like, "You're the only mystery worth solving," which is
really
interesting.
Sweet.
Yeah, and it's like I like this. I like the moment where she hugs him, and then like you see his face, and he's like, like he's got this look on his face, like he's kind of really like it's kind of really like. There's almost a little bit of a romantic relationship there, but it's more of like a cutesy, like kind of flirting thing going on.
Which is really weird because he's got this whole River Song thing going on. Why is he out there finding other women?
Well, right. Well, there's a quote from Stephen Moffat where somebody asked him about that, and he said, "Forget River Song. What's Susan's grandmother going to think when she finds out?" So it's like,
so true.
Yeah. So it's like, well, my thing with River is that their lives are so weird. It's like they can't really be together.
Right.
But it's like, but he married her, but you can't see because this is a podcast, but I'm doing air quotes when I say married. Because it was kind of
a podcast, you have to say air quote.
Yeah, because they got air quote married, air quote. And so that's kind of how I feel about
official ceremony.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Hold on a second.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about River. I mean, I like River a lot, but it's like,
right?
Yeah, they kind of have a fun little thing going on, but it's not. I don't feel like she's his
soulmate
or whatever. Yeah, she's just like somebody who he really cares for. And,
right.
Yeah. So that's what I think about that.
I try not to think too hard on these things.
Yeah. Let's see. There are the Cybermen are going to be back, and they're pretty awesome.
Cybermen will be back.
She swings that staff at one of the Cybermen, and he's like,
Cybermen smash puny companion.
I don't know if he goes wrong, but
he ought to.
He ought to. If he doesn't, I'll be so mad.
I'm just gonna put that in there as commentary when I watch the episode.
When I watch that, when he grabs that thing, if he doesn't go, I'm gonna rewind it, and then when he does it, I'll go. So yeah, those were the trailers. I can't think of anything else like that really pops out in my mind. Just some really cool stuff.
The clip was really cool.
Yeah, the clip. Let's talk about that.
Gosh.
The first episode is going to be called "The Bells of St. John," and there's kind of this thing. It's about Wi-Fi. Well, we'll read the synopsis that they gave here in a second.
Okay.
But let's talk about the clip. The clip is.
No, read the synopsis first.
Oh, okay, I'll do. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that.
Set up the clip.
I will. I'll set up the clip. It's like we're on some talk show. Oh, you brought a clip. Yes, I did. So, okay. The doctor's search for Clara Oswald brings him to modern-day London. Oh, fancy that. Modern-day London.
First episode back in modern day. Interesting.
Yes. They've never done that before. Where
never.
Wi-Fi is everywhere. So Moffat's going to make us be afraid of the Wi-Fi now. He's
making a political statement.
He's got to ruin it for us.
Damn you, Moffat.
That's like the idiot's lantern, kind of too. It's like a political
television. It's a monster.
Yeah, it eats your soul.
Eats your face off.
Okay, so humanity lives in a Wi-Fi soup. It says that. But something dangerous is lurking in the signals, picking off minds and imprisoning them. As Clara becomes the target of this insidious menace, the Doctor races to save her and the world from an ancient enemy.
Ooh. Ancient enemy.
Yeah, and from what I've heard, they're called like the Spoonheads or something.
Really?
And they look like little. I don't. Well, if you look at the season 7.
I'm shaking my head. No one can see that.
No, it's a podcast, man.
Dang it! Air quote.
Air quote.
Dang it! They still can't see it.
It doesn't work. If you look at the season, I read somewhere that they were going to be called Spoonheads or something. Like that's not what they're called, but that's kind of the nicknames. They're called the Spoonheads.
Sure. Yeah, it's the fun nickname fans give to villains: Spoonheads, Daleks, Cybermen, whatever.
But they have this new promo picture for the second half of season 7, where the Doctor and Clara are on this motorcycle and they're like crashing down the side of this glass building or whatever. Mm-hmm. And in the shards of the glass, you can see the monsters in there, and you can kind of see this thing that looks like it reminds me of what is it? Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater 3000, but with a spoon. Yay! But with a spoon for a head.
Tom Servo.
And if you look at this picture for the Bells of St. John, it looks like they're looking into a spoon head thing. I don't know. So yeah,
okay.
I mean, it might be some goofy looking enemy, but that's not really.
It might be. I don't know. This is not important in Doctor Who. They're all goofy.
Yeah, that's not really what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about anything, but what I'm interested in is the whole Clara thing. Like that's the big thing this season, and
like, and it's going to bother you because you're not going to get anything until the last episode.
No, and the one thing I do know is that this Clara that he's meeting here, I think Jenna Louise Coleman said in an interview that this is going to be this is the Clara that will be with him for the rest of it. So it's not like she's going to die again. And he's like, no! Like, I almost thought that for a second. I had that theory in my head. Like, oh, what if every episode it's a new Clara? Like, one of them, she's got a southern accent, and the other one, she's like, she's a princess or something. I don't know, but anyway.
She's a princess. And one of them, she's a Moonanite. And another, she's a Ford Model T.
She's a talking car.
She's a Knight Rider.
He's like, right.
Come on, Kit. Doctor, my name is Clara.
Kara or something. I don't know.
Kara. Come on, Kara.
So anyway, we'll talk about this clip. The clip is, they're in the TARDIS, and she's really like, she's kind of freaking out. You can tell she's like, oh my gosh, it's bigger on the inside, all this stuff. And so it seems like this is the first time she's in the TARDIS, is what we're seeing here.
Right.
And it seems to be all happening really fast, too.
Tell him my favorite part.
She's holding a cup.
My favorite thing. She's holding a cup.
She's holding a cup. We don't know why she's holding a
teacup.
Cup.
A freaking teacup. The whole time.
My theory about this is that, he has just grabbed her from, she had a cup, and because it seems like she just has gotten into the TARDIS here. So it's like she had a cup, which I think is going to be a good thing that they're doing sort of her introduction to the TARDIS really quickly, because they already did it with the Victorian Clara.
With other Clara.
The other Clara. So,
not other Clara. Other Clara.
No, not Dalek Clara.
Oh my god. What if they're sisters? What if there's 3 of them?
Triplets.
Ooh. The Doctor's never had triplets before.
That's better than it's better than twins.
That's like having twins and then adding one.
And that is exactly what it is.
It is, isn't it?
But then, so then she says, we're going back out there, so obviously something was happening. Which that reminds me of the very first episode with Rose, where the rubber Mickey, or not rubber, he used plastic or whatever, was attacking outside, and then they move,
you can't go out there,
and she's like, yeah, and so that kind of they're like, you're going back out there, and he goes, no, you don't understand, we moved, it's a spaceship, and she's like, oh, so we moved away from the plane, and so I guess maybe they know that a plane is crashing.
Maybe they're actually in the airport. Like she's gonna get on a flight in a cafe at the airport.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, she could do that, or
she's flying away somewhere for school or something.
Yeah, or she's somewhere where the plane was heading towards them.
Right.
And so then it's like, oh, this plane's gonna crash. What are you gonna do? And he's like, I know. So then they get in, and then they go, and they're on the plane. Now, my question here is where is the TARDIS? Where does this TARDIS fit on this airplane? It's not like the bathroom or something, but it's maybe
it's a really big. Maybe it's an oceanic flight.
There you go. Oh, that would be my favorite thing ever.
4, 8, 16, 15, 16. That's it. It's flight 4, 8, 15, 16.
Yeah. It was flight 815. Now, come on. If you're gonna say it right. Anyway,
right.
So they open the TARDIS doors, and they're on the plane. And she's like, "Oh, how do we do this?" And he's like, "I told you, it's very sciencey." That's my favorite line in the clip.
I'd like to point out too, she's still carrying the cup.
She's still holding it, not spilling a drop. Might I add?
I love it.
And they're on a plane. And the plane is nose diving. And he says something about the Wi-Fi has put all these people to sleep on the plane. Everybody looks like they're dead, but they're just asleep. So there's that. There's this thing with the Wi-Fi again. Mm-hmm. And then they go to the cockpit of the plane, and she's like, what's going on? And he introduces himself. He's like, I'm the Doctor, I'm an alien from outer space, I have 2 hearts, and I don't know how to fly a plane. So it's like, okay, not only has she's just seen the TARDIS for the first time, but he must have just met her and is like, come on, get in the TARDIS.
Right.
I'm picturing a scene where he's he's like, So he goes to, like, he's thinking about this Clara who just died, and he, like, goes to London. He's, like, looking around. He's like, there she is! It's like, it runs up to her, grabs her, and it's like,
as all this stuff's happening.
Yeah. He's just like, come on, let's go. And she's like, what? Who are you? I don't know you. He's like, oh, but I know you. Twice.
Second time to apologize.
Yeah. So,
man, come on. That was a Dr. and Jack line. Does no one remember that?
No, I don't think I do.
You guys are breaking my heart.
I'm sorry.
It's terrible.
I'm sorry.
I'm such a nerd. It's all right.
That's okay. That's why we do this podcast, because we're nerds.
Because no one would believe us otherwise.
Right. You don't believe I'm a nerd? Listen to this.
Yeah, just go check this out. Just take 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Believe me, you'll get there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. What else was there to talk about? Oh, we also have some stuff from some interviews that we've kind of been hearing. There's one from Stephen Moffat, who kind of talks about some things that are going to come up this season. He says, someone asks him about the return of River Song. So like, we want to know, is River Song coming back this season? He says, yes. She will certainly be in this series. Also, he says, is there more to come about, as it were, Trenzalore and the battle of the Doctor's future that led to the attempts on his life in the past? Is that what you're asking? Yes. So, it seems... So here's the big... Exactly. It seems, here's the big question. Is the end of the season going to be the Fields of Trenzalore and the fall of the 11th?
Well, and that's... When Moffat was talking in an interview about having finished the script for the 50th anniversary, that it would involve... He said it would involve all the Doctors. That somewhere I read it is about the Fields of Trenzalore and the prophecy.
Right. Yeah.
And that it'll be about the Doctor's name.
I was kind of... Yes, there is a big thing there. That they also talk about that. I was kind of hoping that the 50th anniversary would be something about the Time War, but this would be good too. This will be good too. Well, you're right. It might still, the Fields of Trenzalore might be something about might be part of the Time War. You know, might be a part of the battle of one of the, something like that.
Well, and if everyone would want to go on to our Tumblr, which I just found out is voicesfromthevortex.tumblr.com.
And he helped set it up.
Listen, I can't be expected to remember everything I do. I'm not responsible for that. But if you want to go onto our Tumblr, there's actually a really good theory about what the Fields of Trenzalore is, what the Doctor's name is. Someone has put together this really good idea, and I believe it.
Yeah, I just reblogged it. It's pretty good. There's a lot of good stuff. Yeah, follow us, and I'll try to reblog as many really good theories as I can find about stuff. As well as our own theories that we come up with. We'll post those too.
Indeed.
So River Song will be coming back. That's good. I like to at least see her a couple times each series, until we get to the end of her, which will be sad, but I don't. She shouldn't stick around forever. That would just kind of be silly.
Why would we get to the end of River Song?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not saying this season.
Why does it have to be the end?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't have to.
What do you hate River Song?
No.
Hold on a sec.
I don't. I like River Song.
You're like, finally, we're going to be done with River Song.
Yeah, get out of here.
Forever.
No, I like River Song. She's really good. Let's see.
I love the River Song stuff. I really do. I think it's such a great addition. But hey, that's just me.
Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about is we were talking about the 50th anniversary. Matt Smith, in an interview somewhere, he said that he has read the script and he's sort of going to give us a tease. He's like, I can only give you one word. And he's like, and with most things, it's not going to make any sense until you watch it. But the one word I'm going to give you is portraits. Oh, no, paintings. Hold on, let me do that over. Let me do that over.
Okay. We can edit that out, though. I'm going to highly emphasize that he doesn't. Continue.
The one word I'm going to give you...
I'll edit this one, Taylor. Don't worry.
I got it. No, I'll do it. The one word I'm going to give you is paintings.
Dun, dun, dun.
What is that? Here's my theory. It's
definitely not portraits.
No, it's not. We'll leave it in. Who cares? It's paintings. Okay. My one theory about this is that it's just a thought came into my head. Maybe this script is supposed to contain it's supposed to have all the doctors in it. So maybe there's going to be some like magic museum where the doctor goes and it's like all these pictures of him, and the pictures come to life, and he talks to them, and like that would be the way to like work in the other doctors. Does that make sense?
Wait. Are you seriously advocating for a Night at the Museum episode of Doctor Who?
Yes, I am.
Because that would be awesome.
No, but the paintings, like, for some reason, like, the paintings, he could talk to them, and it's like, oh, I'm going to talk to the picture of my first generation. Hey, how you doing? And he's like, hey. You know, I don't know. That's that's probably not what it is, but that's just a thought.
God, I hope not.
I know.
It would be the lamest room in existence. Hey, you know these guys that are never stop moving and they're always saving the universe? Let's just make them stand there and talk to you.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo. What should I do? He's asking for advice. What would you do?
What would you do? It's in the TARDIS, like it's a room.
It's a room
deep in the TARDIS.
He keeps pictures of himself, a gallery of pictures of himself. Oh,
God, you know what? For any of you out there that are listening to this, you're missing out by not being one of us right now.
We are loving it.
This is just way too much fun.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that's all I had. That's all I really could think about that's coming up. I'm just really excited for the thing to start.
Yeah, it's almost here.
We have just like a week or two. 2 weeks, and it'll be here.
50 hours.
March 30th. I'm glad it's March 30th. I know you said it a long while ago. You said April, and I was like, no.
Well, yeah.
But then it turned out to
be though.
Yeah, but then it turned out to be March 30th, and it was like, whew. You know, really close to April, but not quite April.
Not quite.
Makes it seem closer than it actually is.
There's still a day in there.
Yeah, there's like a day. Wiggle room for a day in there. All right. Well, that's all we got.
Well, hey, listen. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us once again here in the Vortex.
Oh yes, it's lonely in here. We like some company.
That's why we talk to you. We're tired of each other.
Yes.
We can only cuddle so much.
We're like the odd couple in the Vortex. Like, he's leaving his socks all over the Vortex.
If you're going to have a poker night, make sure to clean up. Oh, Felix.
Oh, man. You guys have a good one out there.
And we remember... Daleks have successfully helped us to ban plungers from all major warfare. Like shotguns, plungers are illegal to use in war.
Thank you for that interesting fact.
The more you know.
And now we know. And knowing is half the battle.
Knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.